You just have to be willing to put yourself out there. And once you do, the magic will begin to happen. I'm happy to use my life as an example so that others can learn. You may have to let some things go before you become successful. Success looks different on everybody, and so does the process. Some of you want success but don't want to let go of the exact thing that's in your way of obtaining success. You can't have it both ways. Welcome to Living Your Truth with Tavares. Wow, thank you. I am living in my blessing. Thank you so much. This is great. Wow. Welcome back to the show. This is Living Your Truth with Tavares. I'm so happy to be here with y'all as we are every Saturday at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And what's up to everybody up top? What's up to everybody in the middle? And what's up to everybody down here around me? Now, today we have a very special guest, AvaLaura Gaither. She is, and I mean she is all of that. She is a celebrity life coach and intuitive consultant. As well, she's been featured on Real Housewives of Potomac, Men's Health, Reader's Digest, The Root, the Afro-American Magazine, Huffington Post, and the top 15 coaches in Washington, D.C. She is from the DMV, all right? She also helps people through self-care, Reiki energy healing, holistic wellness, life and relationship advice, and personal development for living your best life. AvaLaura, welcome to Living Your Truth with Tavares. How you doing?
I am wonderful. Thank you so much for having me today.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. We absolutely enjoy having you here. Now, in true transparency, I actually didn't put the interview in my calendar, so my bad. AvaLaura, we talked about this before we got here on air, so I'm very transparent with that. This is an inclusive space, so people know how I navigate in this space. How are you doing today? What's good? What do you have on tap for what you are into right now?
Right now, I am just enjoying my weekend. Like you said in the introduction, I preach about self-care, about soulful self-care. And so I really work to practice what I preach. And that's what I'm doing this weekend. This is a nice down weekend where I get to relax, where I get to hang out with my family.
Nice.
Date night with my boo.
There you go.
And yeah, the balance.
Yes, the balance. Let's talk about that real quick, the balance. So with all that you do and all that I mentioned, I mean, obviously you have to be busy. You have to be in motion, right? Body in motion stays in motion. You are out there in the public eye. How do you balance that between professional and your boo and family?
Yeah, really it's a lot of doing the work that I teach my clients.
Okay.
And so I'm very serious when I say I practice what I preach. I think in order for you to really practice self-care, you have to know yourself.
Definitely.
In order to have balance, you need to know what your priorities are, right?
Definitely.
Like what's important to you, what you're working on at this particular time that you want to prioritize, and what are some of the things that you don't necessarily need to work on right now. And so that allows for that balance. So I am very self-reflective, very self-aware, making sure that, I'm always, goal-centered, but then also to kind of just be able to go with the flow.
Love it.
Like you said, you didn't have it in your calendar today, but like, oh, okay, well, we got this, so let's do it.
Yes.
Whereas the last time I think I signed up to be on here, I forgot about it. Didn't have it on my calendar, right? You have your plan, but then you also have to be able to go with the flow of things. And that helps to allow that balance. I think when we get so, kind of controlling and get so like, this is how things are supposed to look, it's hard to be balanced because then you are locked into your perception of things and how you want them to be, how you think they should be, and just allowing and just enjoying life as it is.
So well put. And I love what you said about how you sometimes have to go with the flow. I myself love getting into my flow. I love it when things come naturally and organic and easy, and kind of like how we surged forward with this today. You mentioned that, and that's a very great point. We talked a little bit before we got on air, and now we're here, and there was no resistance. There was no low vibration. We actually had a great conversation, and we got to know each other, where each other was from, where we currently reside. So that definitely made good for, I believe, what is going to be a dope interview with AvaLaura Gaither. We'll be right back. This is Living Truth with Tavares. Hold that.
Sit tight. We're paying some bills, and we'll be right back.
Hey, come outside. Check out my new car I just got from Riverside Premier Motors. They hooked me up. Riverside Premier Motor has everything you're looking for in a vehicle. Dependability, gas saver, mid-size, full-size, SUVs, and luxuries. Bad credit, no credit, bankruptcies, no worries. Financing is available. Riverside Premier Motors is a pre-owned late model dealer that provides customers with a complete automotive experience, Carfax, and competitive prices. Riverside Premier Motors is dedicated to customer satisfaction. We're passionate about our cars, and we intend on sharing that passion with our customers. Come by today and check out our affordable inventory of dependable cars. Riverside Premier Motors is located in Riverside. From the 91 East, take the 215 North and exit La Cadena. Or call us 951-682-7770, 951-682-7770, or hit us up online, www.riversidepremiermotors.com.
Welcome back to the show. This is Living Your Truth with Tavares. I'm here with AvaLaura Gaither. Am I saying that right? I'm saying that right?
It's AvaLaura.
AvaLaura. You gotta get me right now. AvaLaura. Okay, got it. So when we talking about just a moment ago, we were talking about the balance, family, all that. When it comes to you being a professional and you're in your creative space, what do you believe contributes to that?
Ooh. So, notice in my title, you said intuitive consultant, right?
Yes, there it is.
I am very intuitive.
Nice.
And, and that's something that it comes naturally, and it comes naturally for all women, but it's something that I've really worked to cultivate so that I can really hear my intuition and then act on it. So, I'm not one of those people, a lot of times people is like, okay, this is my first quarter goals and this is what I'm gonna work on. This is the second quarter,
correct,
third, and it's so forth. I might have an overall vision of, this is what I want to accomplish this year. This is what I want to work on. But, when I get those nudges, I follow that and I listen to that.
I love that.
One of the things that I said I said, okay, I think I'm going to work on a book, because last year that kept coming up. And I said, I think I'm going to work on this. And I did. I ended up writing a journal, a self-love guided journal called Live Your Effing Life.
Nice.
And then, it just came to me. I was like, I think I want to do a brunch. Like, I knew I wanted it to be fun. I wanted it to be in the energy of the journal.
Okay.
And I didn't want to be like the same old kind of stuffy, things that people do, book signings and all of that, which is fine. I just didn't want to do that.
Of course.
And so I decided to have a brunch, and it was amazing.
Nice.
It was, it was all about sisterhood. It was all about self-love and self-care. And it was all about having a good time.
I love that.
And the women loved it. I'm doing it again in October.
Congrats.
Women who attended, they're like, listen, I'm getting ready. I'm getting my outfit ready.
But that's what you want to hear.
I'm so excited.
And that's what you want to hear, right? You want to hear people
Yes.
excited to be involved, to connect, right? I love hearing more about that, especially within the kingdom, aka the culture. I love seeing that. I love the fact that you are cultivating that amongst the queens. How's that make you feel?
It feels good because it's needed.
There you go.
And it's necessary. And so many, this is something, that I talked about on TikTok not too long ago, how so many women, in their 30s, 40s, even beyond, are talking about how difficult it is to have friendships, relationships, sisterhood later in life. Like we were just talking about college, like, it's easy, to make friends in college and things like that. But then when you're in the workforce, a lot of times people have difficulties making new friends. And so that sisterhood, that community is so important. And I really believe that's one of the reasons that a lot of people haven't really healed and they aren't living their best life, because they don't have community.
Ooh, I got chills on that one. I love how you went in depth, you elaborate on that. I think community is very important. Again, especially within the kingdom, what I call the culture. I just refer to where we are in this world as the kingdom, as far as our culture. That melanin rainbow is such a beautiful thing. And so I love the fact that you are cultivating that and you are contributing to that space, because I absolutely subscribe to that. And for the kings too. I like to see the kings get together in a space where we can talk, we can share vulnerability, if that be the case. It's inclusive. No one's judging anyone based on anything, because we understand that we all have a story. So I love what you do. We're going to pay some bills. You're very welcome, Queen. We're going to pay some bills. We'll be right back. This is Living Your Truth with Tavares. I am here with AvaLaura. I got it right? Did I get it right?
Long A, Ava. Just Ava, and then Laura.
AvaLaura. See? This is why you're here. See? We learn from the queen. See? I'm telling you, a king can't be a king without his queen. We'll be right back. What you say?
I heard it through the grapevine.
Remember, practice positive self-talk. Treat yourself. Don't cheat yourself. Welcome back to the show. This is Living Your Truth with Tavares. I am here with AvaLaura. I got it this time.
Yes.
But I got to just speak on this real quick. Within the kingdom, we tend to have, different names, and we spell things different, and we go there. So it's rare that I actually mispronounce someone's name, because my name gets butchered all the time. So thank you for being so patient with me, is what I'm saying.
You're welcome. Listen, this has been my whole life, so I'm used to it.
I'm right there with you. So let's talk about the top 15 coaches in Washington, D.C. Let's talk about that. So you're kind of a big deal. I think more like a huge deal. You continue to be in a space where you're a servant leader. And I recognize that in your vibration, and I appreciate that. How did you become one of the top 15 coaches in Washington, D.C.?
Oh, boy. That's such a lifelong journey.
Give me the micro version.
You want me to go to somebody to say, hey, we're going to choose you, or do you want me to go through the journey?
Oh, my goodness. The micro version of the journey. Do you have it?
I really think, this is all about living your truth, right?
Absolutely.
I think it really is just that. I could give you a lot of answers. I could tell you that, I manifested this. I could tell you that this is my walk. This is my purpose. But it really is all about me taking the time to figure out who I am, why God put me here.
Come on.
What is my purpose?
Come on.
What is it that I can do that nobody else can do?
Man, come on. Oh.
And once I did that, I couldn't help but to live my truth and to say, this is the work that I'm going to do. And I'm going to be the guide, the healer, the coach that I needed when I was going through my time in my life when I didn't know who I was, and I'm trying to figure out what I'm supposed to be doing. And, looking at my life, like I've done everything that everybody's told me to do. I got the degrees, I got the education, I'm married, I got all this stuff, and I'm not happy.
Oh.
Something is wrong with this picture.
Definitely.
Right? And I needed this guide, and I couldn't find it. And so I decided that I was going to be the guy that I needed. And that's the truth.
I love that. Damn, I got chills everywhere. That's what I'm talking about. Your spirit is so nice. You have a really good aura. Your energy is on point. It's infectious. Your frequency is popping. Just how you broke that down.
I'm going to use all of that.
Yeah, use all of that. You can have all of that. It's all yours, because I'm going to tell you, I love the way that you were very transparent in that. You definitely gave a beautiful micro version of your journey. That was gorgeous. It was poetic even. It really was. When you're in the space of coaching, when you're in the space of being a servant leader, does that come from, and I asked a similar question, but spiritually, what's your energy like?
It's really, so I am a Pisces. Let me say that first and foremost.
Love it.
And so if you know anything about astrology, if you believe in astrology.
For sure.
And not just the sun signs, but understanding the natal charts and the positioning of the planets when you're born and all of that, right?
Wow.
I am a true Pisces. And so if you know anything about Pisces, we are known to be very spiritual beings.
Definitely.
If you know anything about Pisces, you also know that if we don't have any type of grounded spirituality, we are cuckoo crazy.
Okay.
So spirituality has to be a grounding force for me.
Okay.
It has to be a part of my life. It is not an option.
Nice.
So for me, I am very spiritual.
Love it.
I am very open. I am very non-judgmental. I tend to see things macro and micro.
Okay.
Really looking at the whole of things.
Definitely.
And then being able to break it down and see how it translates to, wow, okay, this is why you are the way you are. This is why people are doing what they're doing. So I really want to see and understand everything and then find solutions. So nice. I'm really grounded in spirituality and in truth and looking for answers and understanding human nature and why the world is the way it is and why human beings do what they do.
I know that's right. See, I knew it. Your spirit, I knew it. Great energy. This is Living Your Truth with Tavares. We have AvaLaura Gaither in the building, y'all. I'll be right back. Get your next nutrition coach at thebodysynthesis.com today. Welcome back to the show. This is Living Your Truth with Tavares. I'm here with AvaLaura Gaither, and she has been blessing us with gym after gym after gym. So we're going to keep on talking because I love her vibration. So AvaLaura, you also give advice and support in life and relationship advice and personal development. When you are talking to someone about personal development, I'm in a similar industry. In my day, I am a health and transformation educator. So I'm always in a space where I'm serving people and helping them get out of their own way, or maybe dealing with drugs or alcohol. Like, it's always something different. So with you, when you're in that space and you're serving somebody on personal development, and you don't have to tell me everything, but what are some of the points you are hitting on for them to be sustainable in that individual's journey?
Yeah. it's a great field. It's also, like you said, vast. It can look many different ways.
Mm-hmm.
And my background is actually in social work. I got my bachelor's degree in psychology and master's degree in social work from Howard University.
Okay.
So if you know anything about social workers,
yes,
you never know what you're going to get, right?
Yeah, seriously.
So all that you described is social work. It can literally be any opposite end of the spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, what's really important is really tapping into those social work tools, is that you have to meet people where they are.
Oh, you just said it. Yes. Please go on.
What I understand is that, you know, people can come to you for a variety of reasons. People can come to me and say, "Oh, I'm burned out. I don't know who I am, or don't know my purpose, or, I'm having problems in my relationship, in my marriage. I'm thinking about divorce, or I'm already on the verge of divorce," whatever it is. But ultimately, what ends up happening is I end up seeing that top layer, like, this is why they're coming to me.
Yep.
And then we really end up digging deep and saying, this is why you're really here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's the journey.
Yep. No, you're right. I love how you broke that down. That's exactly what it is. You get beyond that first layer, right? And then you start getting to the heart of the matter. And people begin to let you in a little bit, right? Because you have to be gentle, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you're in that space, because they're very fragile. And that's one part of what I do, where I not only take it serious, I do all I can so that we connect. Do you feel the same way in terms of connecting with them?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. You have to connect. I mean, you look at yourself. You're not going to be vulnerable, right? And speak truths that you can't even speak to yourself with someone that you don't feel connected to.
Absolutely. Well said. Wow. Well said. Yeah. And that's what I love about what you do, especially with what you've shared here on the show. You've been very transparent, and it sounds like your story is beautiful. You've been there, you've experienced, and you've also understood when you were or were not happy, and you did something about it. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about being a queen, being in a space, in a world where we know we have to work harder, right? And understanding that there's little room for error, or we may consider it for ourselves. When you're in that space, I know you're thinking about it, but are you allowing it to motivate you, I guess, to help you build momentum as you continue to evolve through your life?
So, what's interesting is, as we get older, hopefully, right, we grow and we change, and we see things differently.
Mm-hmm.
When I was younger, absolutely that was the case. Like, my parents were first generation college.
Okay.
My grandparents on my father's side, they didn't even finish middle school.
Wow.
And so coming from that background, and then where all of his, there was 8 of them, they all went to college. They didn't all finish, but they all went to college.
Okay.
And, he got a scholarship at some of the,
nice.
Got accepted to some of the top universities. I mean, Yale, he didn't go, but he got accepted.
Wow.
Coming from this background. So I say all of that to say that my parents were, education is the way.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, you have to be educated. And I tell people, it was never a thing of, oh, are you going to college? It was, no. Which college are you going to? And what are you going to major in? Because this is just it. You don't have a choice in that matter. And I was okay with that because, I am a learner. I love to learn.
Nice.
I love education. And that was a beautiful experience for me. But so I felt like I had to be the best because my parents were the best. And I hear, I grew up with their stories of everything that they had to overcome to be who they were.
Yep.
And how dare I waste my privilege, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what they have given me by doing nothing. So I have to live up to this expectation. I have to make them proud of me because they sacrificed so much for me to be here.
Girl, come on now, give it to him. AvaLaura here today on Living Your Truth with Tavares. She's dropping gym after gym after gym. This is why she's here, y'all. This is what we do. We'll be right back.
What's up? It's your boy, Lil Jon.
And I'm Tavares from Living Your Truth with Tavares podcast. Thank you so much for locking in with me. Lil Jon, what's up?
It takes a certain kind of man to run a farm and ranching business in California. It's not just a living, it's a way of life. And before you can be that man's banker, you better understand that way of life. That's why employees of Chase Bank like Bill Hillebrand spend some of their time outside of the bank. They pull on their boots, roll up their sleeves, and find out firsthand what ranching is all about. So no matter what your business, get to know a banker who knows what the business is all about. A man like Bill Hillebrand, a bank like Chase Bank, JP Morgan Chase, N.A., member FDIC.
Welcome back to the show. This is Living Your Truth with Tavares. Hey, Ava and I were just talking a little bit. I was just giving her flowers because her scholar just shines. Like, just the way that you elaborate, I could hear the passion in your tone as you speak about your parents, as you speak about wanting to make them proud and, loving to learn. Let's talk about that as it pertains to our future young, our young kings and queens out there. Let's talk about this a little bit because, a lot of folks want to be in the entertainment industry. I have a huge stint in the entertainment industry. My wife does too. When it comes to this newer generation, and it comes to how you just said you love to learn, do you think more can be done by celebrities, especially the young celebrities, like your Sexy Reds, right?
Oh, God.
Look, I'm just... Look, shout to Sexy Red. Shout to Sexy Red. What I'm saying is, you got Ice Spice. You have a lot of these young, talented women. Let's be straight up. Women right now are killing the hip-hop game. Period. They are holding it down, hands down. You look around, Cardi B, you have Nicki Minaj, Lotto is crazy. You have a whole lot of artists. So you love to learn as a young lady. You love to learn as a young adult. You came into your queenhood. You was doing your thing. Now you put together events where you bring other queens in. When it comes to learning and this younger generation right now, do you believe more could or should be done by the celebrity, or is that should be happening at home?
Yeah, this is one of those things, right, where you have some celebrities, right, who are like, listen, I just want to act. I just want to sing. I just want to rap. I didn't come here, to be mentors or, to be somebody's role model, right? And then on the flip side, then you have the other ones who, listen, I'm here because I want to give back and I want to leave a legacy.
Well, good.
I can't tell somebody to say, hey, listen, you need to live your effing life without saying that this is about you. This is on your terms. I can't dictate what you should or should not do. Okay. This is your life, and you have to live with the consequences of the actions that you've chosen. My job is to help you to live whatever it is that you want. Now, I'm going to give you my advice. Okay. But I can't tell you what to do or what you should do. Now, me personally, I will always use, and by no means a celebrity, I will always use my tribe, my status, my platform to give back and to help to make other people's lives greater. Nice. Because none of us have come here on our own. There's no such thing as a self-made individual. We have all had help, whether visibly or invisibly behind the scenes. And so, karma, energy, like you said, I want to give back. I want to help others. That helps me to feel good. That's my legacy that I'm leaving. Yeah. So, ultimately, I think you should, because anybody who names you're dropping right now that people know, they didn't get here on their own. Somebody helped them.
Facts.
So why not help others?
I heard that. Each one teach one. Serve. Be a servant leader. Thank you for such an in-depth answer. That was cool. And I'm gonna get to like a little bit of entertainment. Since we're on the entertainment tip right now, we're talking about the industry. How did you get to feature on The Real Housewives of Potomac? That is one of my wife's favorite shows. When I mentioned that you were on that show, she was so excited to hear that. She was like, "What episode?" So, how did that opportunity come? I mean, I know that I think you're a celebrity. I think you're dope. So, how did you come to be?
I appreciate you.
You're welcome.
You know, doing good work, honestly.
Nice.
Really doing good work and serving the right people,
There you
manifesting, being very clear about my intention and what I want and how I want to serve. Like, I love one-on-one work. I love working with my clients individually.
Nice.
It's where I see some of the greatest breakthroughs and transformations.
Right.
But I also know that in order to do that, in order to really make an impact, I have to serve the masses. I mean, you can't get away from that.
No, you
I
can't.
have to have my foothold in there somewhere, which is why I like speaking. So TV has always been something that I've wanted to do because we need the light. We need
True.
that light.
We love it too.
And so really just being very, very focused and manifesting and saying, this is what I want, this is what I'm going to do, and letting God do his work and leading the way.
Hello. Man, you got the best answers ever. Like, I just love how you go into depth. It's very poetic. I love that. This is Living Your Truth with Tavares. We're going to pay some bills. We're going to be right back with AvaLaura Gaither.
I'm staring at the speaker.
You know what a burger should be? Pure fresh beef that doesn't go on the grill until you say the magic words. A Whataburger, please. Then they make it the way you want, with thick slices of ripe tomato, crispy lettuce, onions, pickles, mustard, ketchup, or salad dressing, all stacked up on a hot toasty bun. That's what a burger ought to be. But times have changed. Now most places make a burger fast before you even walk in the door. See it under the heat lamp, pre-cooked, pre-assembled, and pre-packaged in that non-biodegradable box. That's a burger today. Zip here, strip there, and a little secret sauce. Instant burger, and it tastes like it. Luckily, Whataburger still makes a hamburger the way they used to. Hot and fresh and loaded with all the good stuff you want. Hey, check it out for yourself. Here's how. Drop in at your friendly Whataburger at Magnolia and Garden Grove Boulevard in Westminster, or the great new Whataburger at 153353 MacArthur in Irvine.
Hey everybody, Tavares here.
What's happening? Straight out of Detroit Rock City, this is Kid Rock.
And you are rocking with us at Living Your Truth with Tavares podcast. Kid Rock, what up? Thank you. Welcome back to the show. This is Living Your Truth with Tavares. I'm here with AvaLaura. She gives some of the best answers ever. She's been great as a guest on the show today. I love that. AvaLaura, what is coming up for you? I know you are busy. I know you are in high demand. I see why. And by the way, just to give everybody a little bit of background, we met at the Thrive Summit, actually, in April of this year. So in case you're wondering how these two worlds collided, that is where. Because we were speaking, and AvaLaura, we remember, my wife and I, when you were speaking, just again, how you came across your delivery. I believe it was the speakers meetup or something like that. And we went around the horn and everybody got a chance to talk. You mentioned earlier about, spirituality, your journey, and you speaking with God on your journey. How important has it been for you to learn from your past? Like the things that you may or may not have felt shame or shade about, things that you may or may not have judged yourself on, mistakes that you may have made or not. How have you let that, what's your take on learning from that and allowing that to be a part of your process of the evolution of AvaLaura?
Yeah, you talked about being a servant leader. And, you know, that's not a title that I use, but it's certainly fitting, you know, and I consider myself to be a healer for, you know,
nice.
on a core level. And so my journey, what I realized a long time ago, it's really not about me. You know, it's for me, but it's really for the people that I serve. You know, I believe education is important. I believe what we study, what we learn is important. But our greatest lessons come from overcoming. It comes from our experiences, and that's where our wisdom is born. So how can I talk to you about living your best life? How can I talk to you about overcoming? How can I talk to you about what do you do when life is life? And if I haven't experienced anything.
Wow.
So my journey isn't really just for me. It's for everybody that I help serve.
Damn. You know, that's a mindset to be in. Definitely. I love that. That's the mindset of a leader, in my opinion. I love how you put that. Again, so poetic. I enjoy serving others. I truly believe I find joy in helping people get what they want, right?
Absolutely.
And just helping them get their vision. And I don't need to have a piece or a cut or a percentage, right? It's just the joy of seeing someone else thrive in their space authentically. And I love how I get that vibration from you. Tell me real quick, or tell us real quick, Black women leave America.
Yes.
You know I had to go here. First off, just what I said is a showstopper. So
we have so much fun on that podcast.
Go there, please elaborate. Tell us about it.
Really, me and my biz bestie. Like, I've known this woman. Oh God, I don't know, so many years now. And you know, I just started seeing my clients make this shift of leaving the country, and I'm like, what is going on? So I have a lot of most of my clients now are Black women,
okay.
and I have several clients who live abroad.
Okay.
And so we just started exploring like what was going on, and I was just fascinated with this whole exodus, you know. And so we decided to do a podcast about it. And you know, for us, it really isn't so much about leaving the country, although obviously that's what we talk about. We interview women who share their stories, who have left the country or who, you know, travel extensively and talk about their journeys. But really what it's about is Black women exercising their options.
I like it.
And understanding that if you're not happy, you don't have to stay in your unhappiness. You can leave. Physically, mentally, spiritually, you can leave.
Yep.
And so if you're not happy with where you are, if there's something else that you want to do, then do it. And here are women who did that. They weren't happy in their lives here in America. And they said, you know what? I'm out of here. Peace. They left and they are thriving. They're flourishing. They're loving their lives and they're sharing their journey.
Wow. Oh man, that sounds, look, y'all can check that out at youtube.com/@Black Women Leave America, traditional spelling. On the next segment, we're going to have AvaLaura drop all of her socials. She's all over the place. TikTok, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or X, formerly known as Twitter. I mean, there's so much, but we're going to pay some bills. We're going to be right back. This is Living Your Truth with Tavares and AvaLaura. Hey, Tavares here from Living Your Truth with Tavares. Always take time for your mental health. You matter. You are very important, and many people love having you around. So take the time for your mental health. I know life can get crazy. I know we all get busy. I know we got to be here, there, here. Oh yeah, and can't forget that meeting. I get it. But take the time to give yourself enough time so that you can cruise along into your day and about your day. There's no need to be playing catch up throughout the day. We all hate that feeling. I know I do. I can't stand rushing. It gets on my last nerve. So I do myself the honor and the privilege of giving myself a bit more time just so that I don't have to rush. There's no need to build up all that angst, all that cortisol inside your body, all that adrenaline. It's not good for you. So give yourself the time and have a great day. We'll see you next week. Welcome back to the show. This is Living Your Truth with Tavares. I've had the honor and the pleasure of interviewing AvaLaura Gaither. She is simply remarkable. AvaLaura, let the people know where to find you at online, because you're all over the socials.
I am, like you said, I am Googleicious. I am everywhere, and that is very intentional.
All right.
I'm the only AvaLaura, so fortunate for you, is easy to find. AvaLaura, and I will pop up.
Yep.
AvaLaura.com is my hub, and that has access to all my other socials, but you can connect with me. Like you said, I'm on TikTok, YouTube,
Yep.
LinkedIn, Facebook, all of them. But where I really play, like really play,
Yeah.
TikTok and YouTube, where I'm focused now, and LinkedIn.
You know, I was just on LinkedIn the other day, and I got to update my LinkedIn. I looked at my LinkedIn. I said, man, my LinkedIn is definitely retro. It's not working right now. I mean, I still get a little something on there, but I realized that people are starting to really, take to their LinkedIn. So I'm happy to hear you say that. TikTok as well is another great, crazy platform. Great for creatives. Great for, really, I think it's great for anybody who wants to get their message out, right? So great there. And then, of course, you mentioned YouTube. I've also noticed people really starting to pay attention to their YouTube channel. People are really starting to understand, hey, there's YouTube Live, and you can go on there and you can do your thing. You know, when it comes to live events, you speak often. I know that. How do you feel in that space? Do you like being in that space, or do you prefer to be more virtual or in person for that matter?
I like both for different reasons.
Okay.
I love, so this year specifically, I said I'm going to do more live events. I was very intentional. So
Okay.
I've been speaking probably about 2 to 3 times a month.
Wow.
And then my own live events. And then I also have a retreat coming up in November in Morocco.
Ooh.
A Reiki and Morocco retreat. Yeah, I'm really excited about that.
You fancy.
Listen, if you gonna do it right. So I was very intentional, but I really do love the virtual as well, because I'm a homebody. I get to work from home. I don't have to go fight traffic and do all of this stuff.
I know that's right.
I can just be ready from the top up.
Yeah.
So I love virtual too. My homebodiness when I'm in that, especially like if it's in the winter and it's cold, I don't want to go anywhere.
I know that's right.
Live, you can't beat the energy of live.
No, you can't.
I mean, as good as you are, and I'm pretty dang good. Live
Nice.
it's just a beautiful thing to be able to really connect with people, to look in their eyes,
Yep.
To see like what's really speaking to them, to get your hugs in, just all of that. So yeah.
I love the explanation. I love the passion that you speak with. I love the whole vibration of that. That is dope. And you're right. There's nothing like a live event. And as you said, eye contact, you get to feel their energy, and the whole room is buzzing with energy.
Yeah.
So everybody feels good. Everybody's endorphins are firing. Dopamine's going through the roof. People are feeling good. They're making friends. They're making business contacts and connections.
That's it.
And it's a complete vibe, and they leave there feeling, exhilarated, and they're just ready to go tackle the world. And that's important, especially in those spaces where a lot of people come together, and they're typically, or I guess in that space, you could kind of guess that they're on a, similar journey, whether it's to find themselves or to make more money or to do better business. Yeah, so I thank you so much for being here with us today, AvaLaura. I really do, and I'm so glad that we've been able to reconnect. And it was so simple. It seems so easy.
I know, right?
That's what I'm talking about. That's that vibration. That's that frequency. I feel like, look, energy is in everything, right? Everything has a vibration, and I feel that it's very good for us to contribute to that vibration. And I feel like that's what we
But
both
we're contributing whether we want to or not. So
right.
Be intentional with your contribution.
There, and one of my favorite words, intentional. I let my members know, and even my friends and myself for that matter, be intentional about your personal growth. I say that often. It's important because we got this time, so we should use it. And as you just put, be intentional about it. And we're communicating whether we want to or not. You're absolutely right about that. Energy is information. So I want to thank you so much for being here with us today, for spending your part of your Saturday afternoon with us here. I really appreciate your energy, your vibration. Everybody, AvaLaura Gaither, she's been in the building with us all day. This is Living Your Truth with Tavares. We'll be right back. You know, when I think about struggling and I think about it being my job to correct that, I think about how many times I complained and didn't do anything about it. This message is for anybody who understands that they are struggling with something. Now, here's the thing. It is your job. It is your responsibility to show up to this struggle, to acknowledge this struggle, to take inventory, and then to figure out a plan. Because it is your job to overcome this struggle. Now, if I'm always complaining about it and not doing anything, at what point does that really become my problem? Like, am I adding to the problem? Because I'm just complaining about it. And so we can't leave it up to other people to help us if we are not helping ourselves. You know, I recently experienced this with somebody, and all I got to say to this person is, go get help. Because you have told me over and over and over and over and over how many times you have been struggling. You've told me about your backstory, your history. But yet I look at you and still you do nothing. I mean, you just do nothing. You sit around and you think that you can coexist in a world because what? Nobody sees your struggles? Well, guess what? You see your struggles. You know the struggles. So while you're out here trying to coexist amongst the world, you are suffering in silence. And then eventually you lash out because you are frustrated with yourself. You're not frustrated with the people around you. You're not frustrated with the world around you. It's no one's fault that you're not doing what needs to be done except your own. For anybody out there right now struggling, and I mean this with a full and gentle heart, do something about it. Stop talking about it and be about it. Your joy is your job. Handle it. Welcome back to the show. This is Living Your Truth with Tavares. I want to thank AvaLaura for coming through. I really appreciate her so very much. It was such a beautiful experience to have her on the show today. She was dropping gems, y'all. That's how she do. Be sure to check her out. I'm going to have all of her links in the description of this podcast. Check out AvaLaura.com, AvaLaura.com. Please go over there, support her, follow her on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. All of them, every single one. Thank you guys so much for always rocking with us here at Living Your Truth with Tavares. We have a great time doing this for y'all. Y'all know y'all always accepted here. You're always welcome here. This is an inclusive space. And in the meantime, take care of yourself and each other. Love yourself and love each other. And live your truth. Peace.
Yeah, this is your girl, Remy Martin from the Terror Squad.
And you're listening to Living Your Truth with Tavares. What's up, Remy?
Next time on Living Your Truth with Tavares.
Excited to be alive. Have enthusiasm about your life. On the next Living Your Truth with Tavares. Be sure to email us at livingyourtruthpodcast@gmail.com. And if you're on Twitter, we are at LIVINUR Truth. And if you're on TikTok, Instagram, or Facebook, we are at Living Your Truth Podcast. You just have to be willing to put yourself out there. And once you do, the magic will begin to happen. I'm happy to use my life as an example so that others can learn. You may have to let some things go before you become successful. Success looks different on everybody, and so does the process. Some of you want success but don't want to let go of the exact thing that's in your way of obtaining success. You can't have it both ways. Welcome to Living Your Truth with Tavares. Wow, thank you. I am living in my blessing. Thank you so much. This is great. Wow.